But now, I'm going to take you to Monaco. Formula One race car. This is the sound of power. This is the sound of rejuvenation. This is the sound of Dermapen 4. So, with this, if you want to put earphones in so the patient can play music, not a problem. Otherwise, I keep talking. So at this point, my left hand is going to distribute, just using my fingers, the Hyalactive plus the bright light. So I have a nice homogeneous gel. Apply onto the forehead like so. This becomes my procedural glide. Whilst I don't like talking mathematical figures, in my mind I know that most patients bleed on the forehead at around about 0.5, 0.6. I don't want to go that deep. I know that most patients don't bleed at 0.2, 0.3. So for me, I think it's going to be a 0.4. But we're going to watch as we perform that procedure to determine whether you're right or wrong. Patients will completely surprise you. I've had patients bleed at 0.2 on their cheeks. I've had patients not bleed on their forehead at 2 millimeters. So 0.4. So from Bangkok traffic, Athens, open road, Monaco. So working up 0.4. So vertical, 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 horizontal, 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 horizontal. The skin is going nice and red for me. First diagonal, second diagonal. Now let's have a look. Perfect. So the occasional little pinpoint blood is coming out. Exactly where you need to be. Let's keep going. So vertical, 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 vertical. Horizontal. Diagonal 1. Diagonal 2. You want to hold the device not so tight that you're dragging it through the skin. Keep it light as if you're holding chopsticks. Likewise, also work nice and quick. I work so fast that it looks as if I'm doing this. It's just one stripe, so it's not a multi-stripe. Okay, I'm going to hold it on a lip over here like this. If you can do this.
What?
So, bottom lip. Okay, over your teeth. Perfect, no tongue. So that flattens out perfectly, so if I work down, the patient does all the gymnastics for me. So, for this patient, 1 millimeter should get some blood coming through. So 0.8 should get us the occasional pinpoint blood. So this is at twice the depth of what was in the forehead. But remember, focus on what you get visually, not what the mathematics is. So, down, vertical, horizontal, diagonal 1, diagonal 2, other side, vertical, so we're getting some of the occasional pinpoint blood, particularly just on the sides there. Now onto the cheeks. As I gauge around the cheek area, I'm at 0.9. I think if I go any higher, we're going to get too much color. So, vertical. So we're nearly at 1 millimeter. Horizontal. Diagonal 1. Diagonal 2. Done. The occasional pinpoint blood on the cheeks. Perfect. Vertical. Horizontal. Diagonal 1. Diagonal 2. Perfect. Around the eyes, I just reduced that to 0.3. The eyes are going to feel weird. You don't feel any pain. So you feel like your eyeball is like zzz. So it's not painful at all, it's just very strange. So diagonally out, diagonally back in, horizontal, through the trough and up but not into the eyebrow. Can you feel your eyeball vibrating? It's strange, isn't it? So it's not sharp, it's not painful, it's just weird. So 0.5 onto the nose. And I'm going to get you just a high hot lip. Oh yeah, here, hi. Okay. So the nose, whatever can get you your 4 stripes, that will change based on different shaped noses. Now, just tighten your top lip. Okay, vertical, horizontal, diagonal 1, diagonal 2. Work quick, the top lip is the most uncomfortable. Done. So, I get you to open your eyes. With one hand, this takes a little bit of practice. I'm going to get you to unroll the sleeve. Don't touch. Do you want some gauze? Just give me your hand. Perfect. So, and then with one hand, take the needle cartridge out, and then that goes straight into a sharp spin for the patient. Now, at this point, some gauze, some Cliniprep solution, and we want to work quick. So I want to remove any procedural residue. Blood has a pH of 7.48. The DP Dermaceuticals has a pH of 6.5. The peel we're about to put on has a pH of 2.05. So you don't need degrease, you don't need acetone, you don't need alcohol. You just need the Cliniprep, and then ensure that the skin is dry. So next the peel is going to go on. The peel is 25% mandelic acid, 5% lactic acid, 5% arbutin, 5% hyaluronic acid, copper peptides, pyruvic, ferulic, resorcinol, and retinaldehyde. For the peel, bring the peel to you, not you to the peel. So it is near the patient's face so that you're not going over long distances and getting it into eyes, nose, mouth, or ears. So it's going to go on. It's going to feel a little bit spicy for 7 seconds. So on 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to normal. Just tighten your bottom lip for me. Thanks. So on, sting, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to normal. Onto the cheeks, again a little bit sharp, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just on the top lip. Just tighten the top lip and go like that. Done. So it's an anabolic peel. So 30 seconds to about 45 minutes for the first procedure, then up to 3 minutes. So that should calm down for you. Now, you may. Post-operative mask. The post-operative masks produced by DP Dermaceuticals are very unique because it's a triple molecular weight of hyaluronic acid, zinc, sodium, manganese, iron, and copper ferments, copper peptides, plus panthenol. So this is further infusion and mesotherapy. As part of your treatment, you are creating a controlled chronic inflammatory response. So if you put your mask in the freezer, if you apply a red LED or LED light, infrared, if you massage steroid cream over the patient's skin, if you put them under a cold laser, then you sedate your controlled inflammatory response and your treatment becomes null and void. The mask comes in a specialized pigment formula called Bright Light. The mask also comes in a neck and chest form for the hands and then also for the eyes. Guess what? All over. Do you feel like having a chat whilst the mask is on? Okay. The second reason why I put the mask on is psychologically, the patient's last memory is Zen and connectivity with you as the practitioner. So instead of you just put needles in my face and then you put chemical peel over the top, their last moment is this. So I'm going to get you to have a chat. Greek is fine, no English required. I can't understand Greek, so you get to say whatever you want. How your experience was. Bear in mind the patient's not had Dermapen or microneedling before. It's their first aesthetic procedure of this type. Just to talk about the peel, to talk about the sensation, the experience, any areas more uncomfortable, and feel free also to ask the patient questions. Have a chat.
Ό,τι θέλουν να ρωτήσουν. Εντάξει, η αίσθηση ήταν πιο πολύ, δεν ήταν πόνος, ήταν ουσιαστικά από το, όπως σε χτύπαγε με το στυλό αυτό, ήταν λίγο δυσάρεστο αυτό, το ότι σε χτύπαγε ουσιαστικά, όχι όμως ότι ένιωθες πόνο, δηλαδή όλα οι μεσοθεραπείες που τρυπάς στο πρόσωπό σου και είναι νομίζω πιο επώδυνες από αυτό. Εντάξει, σύντομο πολύ, μια χαρά. Και μετά και αυτό που μου έβαλε μετά με το τσούξιμο που ήταν ελάχιστο, τίποτα σχεδόν.
So I think that it was okay, but it felt a little scratchy. Yes?
Δεν πόναγε, όχι, δεν μπορώ να πω.
Wait till tomorrow afternoon. My Greek is going to be flawless. It was your jawline and top lip that were most uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's great because for the average patient, it's normally the forehead and the top lip. So you'll find some patients will find normally the jawline is the most comfortable.
Ήταν λίγο πιο, πόναγε λίγο περισσότερο. Το πλαϊνά, όχι στο κούτελο καθόλου.
Perfect. So normally the jawline is the worst part, the most comfortable part. The peel.
Αλλά δεν πόναγε, βασικά δεν πόναγε. Ήταν η ενόχληση από το χτύπημα του στυλό. Αυτό.
So it was quick. How did the peel feel going on? Was it hot or it's fine?
Όχι, κανονικά τίποτα, ούτε ζέστη, ούτε τίποτα. Σαν να πέρναγε κάτι και να σε χτύπαγε.
Thank you. Typically, I leave the mask on for about 7 minutes. If you want to leave it on up to 40, you can, but obviously time is money and you will need the resources to do that. So we're going to speed time up. The connectivity of this mask changes perception, but also you'll notice that it creates intense comfort. The mask is in a cloth, so you can use this to clean up any residue. Also, because the peel is a pH of 2.05, the mask instantly, the peel is self-neutralizing, but the mask speeds it up. Particularly if a patient has undergone traditional TCA or Jesna peels and they can't sweat, they can't cry, they can't get rain, they have to be so careful. With this, it signifies to the patient nothing can reactivate following the procedure. So, I just absorb any excess residue. There's no blood. So you can see that the puncture channels, when the masks come off, have already closed. So the skin is pink and the skin will continue on getting better. Nothing will get worse than this. So at the moment, there's a little bit of heat still in the skin, but the skin's not on fire. So at this point, deglove. I use a post-operative product that is called vitamin-rich repair. This features as part of the post-operative kits, which are just on the table here. My advice is that the patient leaves with a bottle of this and the patient leaves with the Cover Recover Camouflage. Vitamin-rich repair all over the skin. So this ensures that it's perfect comfort and duty of care post-op. It creates flexibility for the patient's skin. It's a triple molecular weight of hyaluronic acid, resveratrol and copper peptides. Now for the Cover Recover. There are 8 colours of Cover Recover. With the Cover Recover for this patient, so I'm just removing any residue from the Vitamin Rich Repair, I'm going to use the colour beige. The beige has a nice yellow undertone which visually reduces any redness. The Cover Recover contains 3 types of silicone, so it sits on the skin surface, it can't absorb. On Klickman-Fulton comedogenic scale, it cannot clog, it cannot trap heat in, the skin breathes. It contains a broad spectrum SPF 30 titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. It also contains a thermoregulator, which takes the feeling of heat out, so it's very good following laser or IPL radio frequency. And it also contains a broad spectrum probiotic. If you apply it thickly, if you apply it in big streaks, you're going to hate it. But small little stippling motions, it blends through and it's undetectable. Including 8 colours, it also comes in a clear, particularly for bodywork, and it also is available in a sheer. So for male patients, for a lighter coverage. But you can see that that flawlessly covers and disguises any redness. And at the moment it should feel cool on the skin. The patient does not need to wash this off. So it means that the patient now leaves tonight and goes to bed in this. If the patient is a high-risk patient for doing silly things, get them to put another coat on tomorrow morning and just leave their skin. No washing required. Otherwise, the patient can do a very gentle wash with the Tri-Phase Cleanser using their post-op kit, and then apply vitamin-rich repair, and then some more cover recover. That feels comfortable for you? So you can go to bed in this. There's no signs of redness, complete disguised, and perfect. The most important question, very, very gently.